We've been in lockdown for the last, how many days? 6 days or something?
Yeah, 5-day lockdown.
Yeah, so we haven't recorded much footage from that because it'd be pretty boring just watching us sitting around the caravan for a week. But we thought that we might show you around our setup. So Mal will do inside and I'll do outside.
Yeah, sounds good.
Come inside and have a look.
Hello. So this is my bed area. I sleep up here and Tom sleeps down there.
What have you got on your bed?
I've got my iPad and headphones, a fan, my teddies, and this cool elephant hat.
At the end of my bed we have a library where we store all our books. I have a fan at the end of my bed and I charge the iPads next to me.
Is it good up there?
Yep, really fun.
So one benefit of having the expander is that we have bed ends that open up when we pull up at a site. It is a little bit more work getting the van set up, but the advantage is Mike and I each have a bed end, so very romantic, but we sleep separate. But it gives us a lot more room inside the van, so a little bit more walk space, a little bit more bench space, and we really like the setup.
Do you want to shut the curtains so what it looks like?
So at night, I go into my own little pod, which is quite comfortable.
Where'd she go?
I don't know.
Where'd you go?
Yeah.
And then a little bit of privacy, which is always nice when you're stuck in a van with three stinky boys.
So me and Tom have our own drawers. Mine is under my ladder and Tom's is under his bed.
Show us what's in it.
So I store Lego, tennis balls, all the stuff that I can't fit anywhere else.
And Tommy, where's your drawer, mate?
Down here.
What's in yours?
I've got my toys, my treasure box, a drawing of a whale, and my birthday cards, stones, Lego.
You like collecting things, don't you, Tom?
Yeah.
So is that your own drawer and you get to put whatever you want in there?
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
I love it.
So this is our communal lounge area. So this is where we have our meals. This is where the boys do a bit of homeschooling. We've got a TV when we hooked up to power, which was really nice. And it's just a nice little area when we want to eat inside and make the most of the air conditioning.
So this cupboard is for all like the tools and electrical stuff, like the GoPro, the tape, the first aid kit, all the stuff like that.
We've got one hanging spot, and this is where Mum and Dad's clothes are. We only have one mirror in the caravan, so this is the one mirror. It's very small. So this is our other clothes. We've even got Mum's shower stuff up there. We've got lots of different clothes in here. This one doesn't have a mirror like the other one.
So you guys have 2 baskets each?
Yep.
That's pretty good. So we've actually got a fair bit of storage in these cupboards up here. Games up there. We've got hats and clothes and books and stuff for the kids' school. Got plenty of those around the caravan. This is my bed end up the end. As you can see, we can actually open these up. So it's only one way, so people can't really see in unless the light's on. But we can see out pretty well, and it's nice and shaded. And we can open up both ends and the entire side to let some air in when we don't have air conditioning. That's pretty good, isn't it, Tommy?
Yeah.
Is this bed comfy?
Very comfy.
So we've got queen size up here. It's about the size of a double. Mel's got a small double up her end. It's plenty enough room for one person, but it's nice not to have to climb over someone when you need to go to the toilet or get out for something.
So this is our wonderful kitchen. So as you can see, it's pretty roomy. I haven't found it too small yet. There is sometimes where you get a little bit claustrophobic and you're climbing over each other, but it hasn't been too bad. Sink, we've got a stove top if we need it, but we do most of our cooking outside just because of the heat. Also a grill, Okay size fridge to store all our stuff. But overall, we do most of our cooking outside. So we've got an air fryer and a Weber out there for when we're on power, and the Weber's on gas. So lots of options. And we're starting to cook some pretty nice meals. So yeah. So we've just done a shop today. So it's not too small. We've got a tiny little freezer. So you can see we're pretty stocked up. Plenty of food storage. And one thing you find with a van, you utilise every little tiny piece of space. So when the roof is up, we get an extra set of storage. That all has to come off when the roof comes down. All our cutlery and stuff is plastic, makes it a lot easier when we move around and we're not smashing anything. All our saucepans and pans have removable handles just to save space. It's all about space. So far we're doing okay space-wise, and we haven't felt like we've had too much stuff, but we've already gotten rid of stuff. So when you're packing for a big trip, take a third less than what you ever think you need.
So we've got a fair bit of hidden storage in the van. So there's a big spot under Tom's bed down here, which we can put a bunch of stuff. We've got these handles under the bed, which you might be able to see. So there's some storage under there at both ends, 2 tunnels, which has heaps of storage. We've got hooks at the end of each bed, so we can stack up some stuff in here. So we've got bags hanging on the end of each bed. So we've got, we've actually found, so I have at least, that we've just got heaps of space in here, and it's good not to have too much stuff. Like, you've got a house full of stuff at home, and we just felt we didn't need all of that stuff. So we put a lot of clothes into winter storage, which is just a section of the van that we hopefully won't need to touch for quite a while. So this is outside the van. So when you live in a caravan, you actually spend quite a lot of your time outside, depending on the heat and depending on the amount of shade that you've got. So it becomes an entire extra room for your caravan. So it's pretty important to get it set up right.
So we bought a sea gear mat. It's really big, so we have lots of room, so we don't need to walk on the grass all the time and stuff like that.
So when we're on power, we have a bit of a different setup than when we're not on power outside. We bought an air fryer before we left, so we have, I think it's an 11 litre air fryer. It's basically like a little oven, cooks pretty well out here. We have a Waco fridge, so we just went for the 45 litre fridge, and it does everything we need. So we just use it for water and beer. So just drinks fridge, and we have that outside on power obviously at the moment, but when we're off grid, we're using a external lithium battery, so 40 amp hour battery with some solar to run that. For cooking outside, we have one of these little butane gas burners. Not sure whether we're going to stick with that forever. We also have an electric fry pan that we use sometimes when we're on power, but this is our main cooking tool, so we use the Weber everywhere. So the Weber is, it's got you can use it as an oven, it's got a trivet that you can put in there, it's got the temperature control on there. So we use that for cooking pretty much every meal, whether we're on power or not.
So we have this table. We always use it for eating outside when we feel like doing that. We mostly eat outside, so this gets used a lot.
We have 4 chairs. So this is my Wonder Green. This is James's. And Mum and Dad both share these 2 chairs.
So I hope you enjoyed the tour of the caravan and get a bit of a feel for how we live our life and what our home looks like. It's not the most fanciest setup out there. There's definitely a lot of setups out there that are much, much fancier than ours. They have toilets and they have fully enclosed and they're easy to set up and they're 4-wheel drive and stuff. But we've found we just don't need that stuff. We haven't found not having a toilet to be a problem at all. We have just loved setting up every time we get there. It's honestly not a problem setting up that bit more and just loving the extra space and the lightweight that we get as a result of that. So yeah, we're pretty happy with our setup, and now you know where we live.